All right, so in this video, we are going to be talking about how we're going to approach teaching a beginner, someone who's never done a clean and jerk, how to go about it, like how to do it safely. Again, these people are not trying to become professional Olympic weightlifters. So all we want them to do is to execute the lift in a safe, easy to follow manner. And I'll cue you on some points and how we're gonna go about it in terms of like what they're feeling, what they could feel. Um, but also we're gonna keep it simple, right? 4 positions. That's all they need to know. So when they first get started, most of the times we're gonna teach them how to clean and jerk. If they have zero experience, we're gonna start them off with either a 10-pound bar or a 15-pound bar. Not a big deal. The 15-pound bars are probably a little bit more realistic in terms they look more like the 45-pound bar and the 35-pound bar. But if they're very young or very old and fragile, and you see that they have no coordination, start them off with a 10-pound bar. If they look a little bit more athletic, a little bit stronger, a little bit heavier set, someone who you know they can handle a 15-pound bar, go ahead and give them the 15-pound bar. So, what are the 4 positions? You're gonna have them pick up the bar, and after they do the warm-up that it's already included in the movements. Right? This is for once they start with the main lift, with the weights, the reps, and the rest periods. Okay, they're always gonna start from the hang. So they're gonna pick up the bar and they're gonna have it in the hang. And we wanna make sure that they learn and understand that the bar needs to be glued to their body. They have to push the bar back at all times, creating tension in the arms and the armpits and the lats. They're always creating tension. That's like the bar has to be stuck. If you pull the bar away from them, you should not be able to. All right, you can try to pull them as hard as you want, and the bar's gonna be stuck to their body. We want to train them to understand that concept because that's true for everything, for snatches, for clean and jerks, for deadlifts. The bar has to be close to my body to prevent injuries, especially in the lower back. So when they're here and they're grabbing, they have the bar in a full grip. All right, remember, we want to teach them to grab the bar where the bar is going to be slightly outside the shoulders. We don't want them grabbing the bar in here like this, right? So teach them to do the thumb on the edge of the line, and that's going to be a good grip for just about everybody. But, you know, be observant and see sometimes maybe someone that's a little bit more narrow, a smaller person, a little bit more narrow. They can probably go a little bit more narrow as long as they are a little bit outside the shoulders. We just don't want the bar resting like the hand on the shoulder. We want the hands to be outside the shoulders. Okay? So position 1 is going to be right below the kneecap. So the low hang. This is the low hang. Position 1. Position 2, they're going to come up slowly while holding a dip. Do not let them stand up. While they hold the dip, they're going to go to position 2, which is right above the knees, kind of like mid-thigh. That's position number 2. Position 3, they're going to jump and catch the bar on the shoulders in the clean position, the front rack. Okay? That's position 3. This is position 3. Position 4, they're going to dip again, push the bar overhead. Right? In this position, straight overhead. Do not let them have the bar in front of them like this. They have to go overhead. They're going to bring the bar slowly back to the shoulders, back to the hang. All right? So 4 positions. Position 1, position 2, jump, catch, press, back to the hang. Those are the 4 positions. That's all they need to know. They don't have to know anything else. They don't have to be perfect. They can start adding weights at that point, okay? And you're going to see variations of this movement. Don't try to be perfect. Don't try to teach somebody to be perfect. So if they do something like this where they go 1, 2, and then they go 3 and 4, that's okay. That's okay, right? As long as they go through every position. As it gets heavier, we want to emphasize that they should be separating the movement. Ideally, especially when it's really heavy, you want to go 1, 2, catch, relax, and then dip again to press. So you should be, ideally you want somebody to have that double dip. But again, this is for the most basic. As you get more advanced, of course, we have the catch and go, right, for speed. We don't care about that for beginners. Beginners, we want them to learn and feel every position, all right? Now, whenever they have a 5 pound, a 2.5, the little white plates, doesn't matter. If they don't have a big plate, they're going to be starting they're going to lift it up from the hang, at the high hang, and they're going to go into the low hang to position 1. All right? Always. Okay, when they have a big plate, of course, you're going to put clips on it, right? So once somebody has plates on their bar with the clips, and you should emphasize them having clips with plates. But once they have big plates, they're going to start from the floor. Okay? So, we want to teach them, hey, once you have to add, with a 10-pound bar, once you have 30 pounds, you're going to use 2 10s plus your bar, that's 20. If you're doing 35 pounds, 2 10s plus the 15 bar. Once you have plates, start from the floor. So your position number 1 is going to start from the floor instead of the low hang. Okay? But position 2 is going to be the same. Position 3 is going to be the same. Position 4 is going to be the same. All right? So bar, pressing against my thigh, because again, I'm pushing back, I'm staying tight. If I pull the bar away from them, I should not be able to. The bar should be glued to them. And they're going to go slow. From position 1, you're going to go slow to position 2, jump. Position 3, position 4. Bring it back down slow. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it back from the beginning, all right? Again, emphasize the bar, staying close to the body. Even on the pool, they should not be swinging the bar forward. You're going to see this a lot. You're going to see a lot of people going 1, 2, and then they're going to go, right? We don't want that. We don't want the bar going forward. We want them to pull the bar close to the body, okay? Now, when it comes to the wrist, it's usually a conditioning thing or a lack of mobility. If from the very beginning they're like, oh, my wrist hurts, we don't want to hurt the wrist. It's very fragile, it's very sensitive. So as soon as they start complaining about the wrist, number 1, we want to, listen, man, we need you to do a little bit more mobility. All right, we want you to slowly start building conditioning for the wrist. And what I usually tell them is like, keep doing the normal clean and jerk with the bend on the wrist, with the bend at the wrist. Keep doing it until you start feeling a little bit of discomfort. Once you start feeling discomfort, switch to the normal grip. Okay, a normal holding the bar grip. You're not gonna let the bar rest on the shoulders. You're gonna hold the bar. Okay, what does that mean? So if they start complaining about the wrist, whether it's with plates or without plates, in position 3, okay. In position 3, when they get to position 3, they're going to catch the bar like this, where they're holding the bar in the air, right under the chin, right? And then from there, they're going to press up and then come back down. All right? So if they have no plates, it's 1, 2, hold the bar, right? So they're holding onto the bar. They're not letting the wrist fall. They're holding the bar. Right? Yes, it's a little bit more tiring. It's a little bit harder, but it's safer for people who have poor wrist mobility or zero conditioning. But we want them to continue getting into that deep position until they start getting a little bit uncomfortable so they can start developing more mobility, start developing more conditioning. Once it starts hurting, once it starts bothering them, tell them, hey, go to the other version where you're holding it so that you can still get your workout in, but you can come back and you don't get tendonitis, you don't get nothing like that. All right, so that's pretty simple. All right, that is the fourth step for all beginners. We do not want them doing anything more than that. They're just trying to move, trying to stay in shape, but take them through those four positions. Let them master that before we let them master the full clean and jerk and teach them, like, how to do it at the highest level. So hope this helps.